DVCA-GPTC.
Hi, my name is Daphne, and I hope you enjoyed Meetup Fridays 2021. It is our desire to plant seeds of knowledge so that you are successful. The following are clips of Meetup Fridays. Enjoy.
So dress for success. It's your first day for an interview, and we need to dress for success. So there's going to be some pictures put up, and there's going to be a poll. Those of you that were with us last week, you remember there's a poll, and you're going to say whether you will call the fashion police, do not call the fashion police, whether you're sure or not, or you're not sure. Did you wear this outfit to your interview? When the slide is shown, select call the fashion police, do not call the fashion police, or you're not sure. Are you ready?
All right, here we go. Out of 59 votes, 77% says call the fashion police, 10% says do not call the fashion police, and 11% of you guys says not sure.
Are you ready?
The reason why I click do not call because how should I say this? Like maybe like not like for business purpose, like maybe for outside purposes, like if you're doing like a YouTube thing or like an artist kind of thing, like for a small business purpose. If that makes sense.
Okay. So you're saying that maybe it wasn't necessarily a job interview. This was someone that was more out at a small event, and she's just advertising herself.
Yes.
Okay, I understand. Thank you so much for stepping to the stage.
That's the creative.
Exactly.
Your mind went out of the box. You went out of the box of what we were talking about. So, Vonda, help him understand what he was talking about. Not so necessarily going to an interview with this,
right?
Get a little bit deeper and further in terms of what he was doing creatively.
Exactly. So, for the purpose of what you're saying, you're just out and about at a small event, and you basically just advertise, letting people know that you're looking for a job and you want to be hired. Now, we know when we go into an interview, then this would not be the attire for that. Are you ready?
So I chose do not call the fashion police, but it did trip me up a little because I thought it looked kind of too dressy, like not casual, but like it made me think of something that you would wear to a party, but at the same time I felt like it was like it had the right hem length and the right shirt length.
Yeah.
So
that's a good point.
Yeah, very good point.
Hi. So I said call the fashion police again. I was kind of confused. I thought the dress might have been inappropriate for work just because of how casual it looked. But I don't know. I was kind of conflicted. I just did what I thought would felt like to be something that I thought I would wear to work. And that's not something I would personally wear to work. So I thought, call the fashion police.
I feel like you don't need to call the fashion police because it's not the dress, the outfit is not totally inappropriate and it's to the knee length. So it's nothing above the knee length or anything. That's why I feel like, and it looks as if she's wearing flats. So it's nothing too inappropriate to go to work with.
I said do call the fashion police because this isn't something you would want to wear to an interview per se, like especially with the slides to a job at all.
Right.
But the Uggs, like if you already have the job, if it's like a casual day, you could probably wear those, like because it's still depending on the weather. So that's what I thought about it.
I don't think wearing open-toed shoes in general to a job interview is ever a good idea. And then for the Uggs, I would say depending on the weather, whether it would be appropriate to wear them. Like if you had a job interview in some place where it snows a lot, I would say it'd be appropriate, but I don't ever think it would be appropriate to wear like fur boots to work.
Somebody said they don't even wear this on a regular day.
Yes.
Somebody said call them immediately.
I would say one is more obviously appropriate, just because the person in the suit in number one, he has a tie. He looks very clean cut. And then for number two, he doesn't have a tie. His shirt, like his collar is popped open. He looks more relaxed. So I would say for a job interview, you would want to wear number.
My answer was one also, and it's because on number two, the difference between number one and two is number two has his collars all out. It's not buttoned up. You're going to an interview and work. You're not going to a party or to a club or anything. And he's dressed more appropriately. The buttons are it's there. Number one is just there. He has the tie. His suit is appropriately on. Number two has more of a loose going out or just coming home to relax, to go to an interview.
Here's where I know you said number two, right? Like,
oh nah, I don't like it. I don't like it. It's giving dance fever, and I'm not messing with it. It's giving like night at the club, not a job interview.
I like suit number two better because he looks like he's more clean cut. Even though he doesn't have a tie, he still looks well dressed. Number one, I don't know what he got going on, but I don't really like his suit. Plus, he's wearing a bow tie, and plus it's outside of his collar, and that doesn't look nice. He's trying too hard. And yeah, I don't mind the green. I like the green suit.
Okay.
It's not too loud. It's just, it kind of looks like it's just right in a way.
So I personally think, to be honest, that both are fine. It's just that I would say number one with the bow tie, that fashion style isn't so common in the workplace. But I chose one because mainly of the neutral colors. It's a safer color profile to wear and more versatile to wear at most jobs, I would say. But I really do like number two because the style is very fresh and clean. And I remember really when I went to New York, there was a bunch of people all dressed up. So that made me think that, it's something that would definitely help you stand out in a crowd, but, while still having a professional look. But, I would go for one because it's a safer dress to wear.
They're saying one looks like a costume, one looks like a butler. They said the bow tie is really throwing them off. Somebody said two is too dark to see.
I believe that the bow tie, it looks like he's going to a formal event, more like a dinner formal event with long gowns or something. The green, for the most part, you want to look at the employer. You want to see what the employer, what the executives they're wearing, and you can easily find that by doing a Google on the CEO or something like that. And if they're not wearing green, they're wearing natural, neutral colors like gray, blue. You want to kind of, fit in and wear the, those neutral colors, I would say. So for me, I would actually, because of, if I'm looking at larger companies, I would say neither of these work. If I'm looking at a startup, they're a little bit more casual, so none of these work. So I'm not sure who this works for.
At the company, we've identified, again, what we call some leadership competencies, and these are behavioral attributes that we seek in leaders. They're also incredibly beneficial to not just leaders, but employees and certainly entrepreneurs. So if you're a business owner, you are de facto a leader. And I just wanted to share some of those competencies with you that we've identified as essential. There are things like business acumen, strong communication skills, whether it's written or verbal, communication skills, what we call organizational savviness, having a certain savviness to work inside your organization with different other organizations, with the community. Business execution is another one. Obviously, leading people in organizations, not just, in running your business, how you lead the people that work for you, how you run your organization. And then finally, personal attributes. I always say the hows versus the whats. So how you get things done, not just what you're getting done. Things like behaving ethically, displaying courage, acting with speed and self-confidence, and fostering teamwork. So those are some of the things that I would look for, or I would think about as an entrepreneur.
Tell us, you're looking for jobs soon, you're going to school, but you're also going to be employed. So why should I hire you?
So here's a tip that a career counselor told me once. And he said that you find the job that you want, right? Look on Indeed or look on any of the job posting sites, right? Find the job that you want and look at that job description. Look at the things that they're valuing and that they're seeking, whether it's the soft skills, whether it's the technical skills, the behavioral skills that Tony addressed. Look at those things, and perhaps that can kind of give you some ideas on what you need to focus on with your career path as to where you're trying to go. So that just may give you some insights and some shortcuts there. And then as you interview, you can make sure that you reiterate those during the course of that interview process, right? So therefore they think, wow, she has or he has exactly what we're looking for. Now, don't say it verbatim.
Right.
And they'll be like, well, no, she's just repeating the job description. But you have to know how to fully comprehend what they're looking for, right? If they want someone who has a sense of urgency, like Tony described, or someone who is a problem solver, right? Some things are not clearly defined. They need someone who can actually initiate, take action, right? And be able to solve a problem. You need to be able to reword it in such a way that you can be the person to fit the bill of what they're looking for. And that may be helpful.
It's our job to, as parents, as professionals, to identify the talents in our children. But I want to make this about them. I want to make this interesting for our audience, that you're able to hear from them. What was the spark that led them to wanting to pursue entrepreneurship, and recognizing that their skills and talent, whether it be in a professionally recognized area of dance or in a professional area of business, that you can pursue and accomplish your goal. So Rochelle, you want to get it started by sharing with our guests and friends what's going on?
Well, hello everyone. I'm so happy to be here today. I just wanted to start off by saying dance is not a conventional field or something that just anybody would like to go into just because it's kind of up in the air. You never know where your next job is going to come from. You're always grinding either on social media or just talking to your friends, trying to get them to come to different shows and events that you're having and hosting. So it's definitely scary. I've started getting more into the field now that I'm a senior at Spelman College, just trying to get myself out there either on social media or in professional dance companies. So yeah, it's exciting.
Ryan, share with us your interests as well as your pathway thus far in getting to where you are in your career.
Well, hi everyone. I'm so happy to be here today. I'm Ryan Phillips. Thank you everyone for your wonderful introductions. Currently, I am a business analyst with McKinsey & Company, which is one of the largest global consulting firms. Our company basically specializes in helping companies achieve their best. So if there's an issue that a major corporation is having, they'll look to us to figure out the problem and give them a solution that'll best suit their company. Currently, I am really figuring out what I want to do. I think the major part about entrepreneurship that people a lot of times goes unnoticed is to be an entrepreneur, you have to know who you are. You have to know what you're interested in. You have to know what impact you want to leave on the world.
I would like to add on a little bit to what Ryan was saying. Not only knowing who you are, but being confident in who you are and not
serving in a bricks and mortar environment for about 20 years. And then coming up with the vision that my services were needed beyond the four walls of the practice is basically a testimony to my saying that my purpose for being here is to make sure that all children have equivalent access to healthcare. And in order to create that environment, it was spiritually placed upon me to take the same quality that we were doing in the bricks and mortar, put it on wheels and take it to the community.
To this panel, this is a young 11-year-old, Christian Simmons. Welcome, Christian. We're grateful to have you with us today. Christian is 11 years old and exploring the career field of private equity. He is a patient of Decatur Pediatric Group, where Dr. Wilson Phillips practices and owns. He has been part of the board meetings and is business savvy. He has many hobbies. He is the family tech guy and loves basketball. He will share the inside of video making, a hobby that makes him money. I think you wanted to share a video, is that correct, about one of the things that you do?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. Our 11-year-old entrepreneur. So Christian, if you would, please share about the making of the video.
The making of the video was an extensive process to making the scenes, filming the scenes, and to putting the production of the slides and videos together.
Oh, okay, Christian. So what type of software did you use in this video?
At that time, I was using iMovie from Apple.
iMovie from Apple. You said at this time, so I guess you're not using iMovie from Apple anymore. So what are you doing now?
Well, right now, I'm using Wondershare from Filmora. It's for Windows computers.
Since you've used both computers, which is your preference and why?
Well, Apple is more company oriented, where they make all their own apps for you to use it, like a complex, while Windows shares third-party apps, which is better for most creators that I've seen and know.
Okay, can you elaborate on that a little bit? Share a little bit more about that?
Well, for example, with Windows, I may have a picture in my Windows Photos, correct? I may want to move it to iMovie, but I can't do that since it's Apple oriented. But I can move it to other third-party apps that Windows created to make sure that I have a complex of my own local drive.
The video or something else you want to share with us about what you've done on Filmora, the other software you talk about?
Well, I can share how I created the Sweet Victory video.
Okay, that's great. Please share.
Okay, so here I am on my Mac computer. I can show you how I created Sweet Victory. So first, I created a project plan with the outline. I created the name and date of the movie, the cast members, the studio, and the credits with iMovie. Then I went to the storyboard and short list to film, to put together my videos. With the videos, for example, this action scene right here, I put my iPad right there. I put the iPad on the stairs of my house in order to capture a good scene. The iPad probably had to be at a good height to get all the action of the movie. Once I took all the videos, I then published them into the storyboard and wrote the slides. And then I created the credits. After that, I watched the video, and that is how I created Sweet Victory.
So you have everybody, we have all just witnessed an 11-year-old entrepreneur, how he's created Victory, Sweet Victory video. That's right. Go ahead and give him some love. You can give him a high five and clap and some hearts and all that good stuff, because that is amazing. Share with us a little bit about even doing PowerPoint and slides and creating, and just the slides that you use in creating a video, since we've been learning about, or our young people have been learning about slides and PowerPoints and things of that nature. Because I think you use slides in creating some of your videos. Is that correct?
Right. Well, instead of telling you about it, why don't I show you?
Okay, come on.
Presentation slide. I first went onto Canva to create the slides. I had a little help from Vonda and the rest of the team for the crew. And so after I created the slides, I then went into Filmora 9. You can use PowerPoint or any other slide presentation to create slides for your videos. After I finished slides, I uploaded my files into Filmora 9 or any other video software, and I then put them in order that we needed and put the music and put the transitions to create a finished project.
Thank you so much, Christian. So Christian has showed that a hobby or something that you are passionate about can be used for profit. And he's already...
It's really hard to go straight into cybersecurity without having some type of a technology background first. So, one of the takeaways that one of the I guess the lessons I learned from that, and I share with people, is ask someone, right? If you want to get into cyber, the easiest way is to really talk to somebody that's in it, because it's so broad. It's so many. Yeah, Google. Like, to your earlier point, Google is definitely your best friend in this regard, because some of these terms may seem foreign, but then you definitely will want to use like AV logs, IDS, IPS events, things like that. Those type of terms, if you're not familiar with them, a quick Google search will get you where you need to be to at least be able to have that conversation when you go into an interview. Again, anytime you see a job description that starts with must have a basic understanding or entry level, a junior level role, don't get too caught up in thinking you got to know everything. Just become familiar with the terms before you go into the interview, just so you can have a conversation. And if it's something you don't know in the interview, just say that. Nobody knows everything. So, what a lot of employers will give you credit for is you say, I don't know, but I'll figure it out. And this is what I do to figure it out. You'd be surprised how far that will get you in an interview.
What associations are you a part of that helps you with networking opportunities?
Well, there's a big one called Meeting Planners International. It's also a good wealth of information if you go to their website, because there's a lot of different articles on all aspects of the business. And of course, there's always LinkedIn. And then I would say a lot of this business is really networking with your colleagues, because that's how I get most of my jobs now.
But there is a question, where do you meet your clients?
Okay, a lot of that now, just because I've been in the business for so long, most of my clients now I meet when I'm on site, because I network a lot with other meeting planners and travel directors, because it's also, it can be a high turnover business, because meeting planners will leave one company and go to another, but if they like you and remember you, then they'll call you for that as well. And then other travel directors who some of them are literally on the road over 300 days a year. I don't do that, that's a bit much for me, but they have so many contacts that, if you're in good with them, again, networking.
What they see in the TV field only. What are other career paths to get into the industry that you would suggest?
Yeah, creative industry, there's, you can get marketing, graphic design, IT, coding, UX, user experience. For design, I would do Adobe. I would focus on Adobe products, Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign. If you want to angle it for television, know things like After Effects and Premiere, the long-term format in terms of editing and producing. Marketing, I'd say what most kids do today, they're already doing marketing, and they're on platforms, Facebook, Twitter, IG. So you're already doing marketing, you just need to shift to a more professional look. LinkedIn, make sure you have a LinkedIn page, which is really online resume, and that should be very professional. So those sort of things are the things that you can actually do to get into marketing, to get into graphic design. Graphic design also, do your research, take some classes in using Adobe products. Even Adobe actually has, Adobe has online classes, but also research what small firms are doing in terms of design. So those are the things that I would be off the top of my head. Create a portfolio and have a website.
Where can our young adults find maybe some of these career jobs, those that have maybe already polished some of these skills?
Broadcasting and cable.com, and again, National Association of Black Journalists, or they can, in terms of your local television station or local advertising agency, look for local ad agencies in your market, and when I say market, your city, and see if they have internship jobs. If they have small jobs, if you're in the mailroom, you can get around and circulate over shoulders, get to meet people, and figure out if those areas or industries are something you want to be in.
Okay, Mr. Clark, in this industry, would you say it's better to climb to the position you want or get the necessary education?
I'd say it's a little bit of both. I used to work here at Turner doing animation special effects, for CNN and Cartoon Network and all those things. And I had the education, but it's also the background to where when you walk through the door, you've already negotiated everything and you know what role you're going to play. So it's a balance of both.
Okay, how long does it take to climb if you enter at an entry-level position?
It just depends on how fast you learn. Because I left New York, I got into Dallas, I was a graphic designer. I also was a pretty good writer, so I wanted an Emmy for writing. And then the next market I jumped into, I was an art director. I rebranded a TV station. And the next market I moved on to, I had to kind of go down a little, but I was in a bigger market. I was in Atlanta, and so I was a senior designer, but I operated like a art director or a creative director because I understood all the positions below me. So yes, it depends on how fast you learn, how well you design, how quick you connect the dots.
Do you feel that a 4-year degree is needed, or can you attend a media school for education?
In this day and age, that's a very good question, because you have to counterbalance it. That 4-year school, if you can work and go to that 4-year school and kind of have your jobs paid for that position, but that's how I negotiate my way through school. It's like I take a job at an ad agency and have to pay for a portion of my grades for my classes. If you can negotiate that, great. It works. If you can get into a position or a school that guarantees you a job, right after you get out, great. So it just depends on what your school is offering, what you're looking for, because I know that a lot of times we get into these schools, we get up this debt, and we don't get into the field that we're looking for. And so that we leave a lot of money, we leave owing a lot of money. And so you have to really counterbalance that with the fact that is the position I research and I want to be in, is it available? Can I work and go to school at the same time? So when I graduate, I walk right into a position. So I can't answer that per se, because I know today I see a lot of kids going right into what they want to do without the 4-year degree. So you just have to assess, do the research and say, will this school guarantee me that job?
Well, that's the end of our journey. We want to thank you very much for joining us on Meetup Fridays. And we encourage you to share your knowledge around the world and blessings in your new endeavors from high school to college to the workplace. And let's make a change in this world to help people thrive and live their life to the fullest. Thank you.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Gracias.
Ashkurka. Tashakar.
Sesioni.
Tashakur.
Kavkakun.
Amase Genalo.
Merci.
Thank you and best wishes to each of you.